Hey everyone, we are live here on MTM Radio. It's Sash. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who tuned in last week. It was super dope. I got to catch up with the up and coming artists. For those who missed it, you can get it on mtmrecordsmusic.com on the creatives page. I also did not post my Who Got Next playlist last week. Shout out to Labor Day. I guess that's why I didn't do it yet. But no, I'm going to make up for it and do one on Monday and Tuesday. So I'm going to jump right into it and say a special shout out to my guest, Treble, for coming in today, who's all the way from the Bronx. Shout out to you. Thanks for pulling up.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I know it's been a little wait, so I want to thank you for that too. I know we were catching up off air. For those who don't know, he's actually an up-and-coming artist from the Bronx. But you say you're...
I read both. BX and Harlem.
And Harlem, right. Okay,
yeah.
So I didn't want to leave Harlem out, because shout out to Harlem. So I was listening to your song that we were just playing off air, and I will play this later on. It's called Real Thing, and that is from which project? Because I don't really know too much about like your music as far as what projects they're from. I just know all the songs, like some of the songs I've listened to. So is that from like your up and coming project, or is that something? No, that's from your previous project.
So Real Thing, it's probably going to be on the up and coming project. We don't know yet. It's something I gotta discuss with my management as well as the rest of the people from the label. Mm-hmm. But Real Thing started out as a promo single. So I recorded that in Atlanta. Shout out to Diz, who produced the track.
Yes, I saw that. Okay, cool.
But right now it's just a promo single. Just using it for like when I do showcases and other shows.
Because I found it on SoundCloud. You know that, right?
It is on SoundCloud.
Yeah, I found it on SoundCloud. I saw it was uploaded a couple months ago. So then I was like, you know what? I didn't really know which it was for. And I was like, you know what? Before I go digging, because sometimes I do a lot of research. I be lurking and stuff. But I was like, I'll just wait till he comes and I'll just ask. Okay, so what's the name of your up and coming project?
So the name of the up and coming project is called Social Studies.
Nice. Okay, I like that name. That's different.
Tripped you out, right?
Yeah, it did trip me out. You see the look on my face? I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty intriguing. All right, so what's the significance behind that, or how did you actually come up with that name? It's pretty dope.
So Social Studies came about pretty much from like me just doing studies based off of society and everything that we're dealing with. Mm-hmm. So at first it was going to be a conscious album. Then I was like, nah, I can't do that. Not saying that I can't do it. Let me correct myself. Not that I can do that. I can do it, but I just didn't want to.
You didn't want to, okay.
I didn't feel like the sound needed a conscious type of flow to it. I felt like I had to do something that was more up to date, more relevant for people to understand, and more so people could gravitate towards the sound.
Like relatable.
Yeah, be a lot more relatable.
That's what that's what actually drew me to your music. So that's the reason why I asked you that question. I've been currently I listen to a lot of up and coming artists, and I feel like I like a certain type of style. I like a certain type of vibe, and everybody has different tastes and style in music. So when I was listening to your music, I got a lot of sounded very relatable and genuine. So something that a lot of times when I listen to other up and coming artists, sometimes that are not necessarily my style or my taste in music, it's not that. Sometimes I might feel like it's exaggerated, or it's not that genuine or that authentic. So I got that from your music. So that's why when you said Social Studies, I'm like, okay, that's some thought, that's some inspo, some messages, some type of okay. So when can we expect that? Or am I reaching?
Just a little. But,
a little. Okay, stop me in my tracks because I be reaching.
Nah, it's on the way. I don't want to put a date on anything yet though.
Okay, cool.
But we're definitely pushing to release it during the fall. But at the same time, I don't want to rush anything. I like to make sure that the sounds and everything lines up perfectly. Right.
Okay, which is cool. Okay, so that leads to my next question. What in writing songs? What is your creative process like? As versus picking a beat and then putting maybe a whatever, not just lyrics, but maybe a message to the song that you're creating.
So, is this? Oh, all right, cool. So
Yes,
the creative process behind a song varies. It varies. It really depends on the mood. Like some songs, I'll just be walking in the street. I'll come up with a catchy. Can I curse?
Yeah. Go ahead. I try to keep it PG-13, but go ahead. We're free spirited here, so go ahead.
Listen, I'm Jamaican. I curse.
Yeah, it be like that sometimes. It be like that.
So I usually be walking in the street. I come up with a catchy ass hook, and then if I feel like that hook is something that I could use, I'll keep it and then find a beat to match it up with. Or sometimes I may just like a beat off rip. It's like, hey, how can I use this beat? And then I'll put the words to it. Or I may just have the beat and sit on it because I like the beat that much, but I don't have the words to, back the beat up.
Okay. Okay,
so that's usually how it comes about.
Well, for me personally, not that I make music, but what draws me a lot of times to songs sometimes are the beat. So I do feel like the beat is one of the major processes in picking if the beat's for you and then how you're going to make a song on the beat. When did you start making music? Like how long? I know nothing about you. I know nothing about you. So I'm
she
about
knows
to
the music.
I just know the music. So I'm really about to interrogate you. So when did you start making music?
Nah, I like this. All right. So I started making music at 12 years old.
Oh,
it started
it's a long time.
It started out with a poem that I wrote for this chick in middle school, 6th grade. And then from there,
what school was that?
131 in the Bronx, Albert Einstein.
Okay. I was born at Albert Einstein. Cool. All right.
Energy.
But there you go. Okay, so, and then what happened from the poem about the girl?
So the poem about the girl kind of was a rap. So I was like, wait, I could actually do this. And then I just kept practicing, keeping up with it. And then it got crazy in the streets like around 2005. That's when I started going to high school and whatnot. But in 2005 in the Bronx, that's when the crime rate was up there. Everybody was getting murked. And so my mom was real hesitant on allowing me to do certain things. So in order for me to be outside, I had to go to after school programs and whatnot. And back in the day,
where's your mom and your family from?
Jamaica.
Okay, shout out to Jamaica.
St. Catherine.
So am I. Okay, cool.
Rude Mountains.
Yeah, so and they're not with that, especially Jamaican parents. You can't be out like some of the other nationalities who, when I was going to school, probably you realized too that they had a little bit more freedom. Yeah. So anyway, your mom wasn't allowing that.
Yeah. Nah, she wasn't. Not that she wasn't allowing it. She was just a little
cautious, and protective, which she should be.
My mom had 7 kids. I'm the youngest boy.
Okay.
So all my older brothers and whatnot, they was already out doing what they do.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
After me is my older sister and then my older brother and then the rest of the boys. But the brother above me, he was already in high school, about to graduate type thing. So it's me going to high school. It's oh man, I gotta make sure he don't do nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Cause she knew I was wild. I was a free spirit. I do whatever. I didn't care.
So that probably made her even more overprotective.
It did.
So how did she feel when you started making rap music at 12?
She didn't get it.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, any parent would.
Yeah, of course.
They just want the best for you.
Yep.
But when she saw that, I kept going with it, and then she realized, this is what he really want to do. She started to appreciate it.
So then what happened after that? You did your first mixtape, or you just keep writing songs? What was next?
It was just practice. That was the practice run. So it was just writing, fake recording. I say fake recording because I didn't really understand the ins and outs of the studio.
Yeah, you were younger. Yeah.
It was just literally a microphone.
Right.
You have somebody record it into a mix track.
And
then you piece it together with the beat.
Beat the beat. Right.
And so it was that for the next 2-3 years. And then after that I went off and started doing production. So I jumped into making beats.
Really?
And then after I jumped into making beats,
that.
My singing year in high school, I got into DJing. And so
you were saying that before we got here that you used to DJ.
So my singing year in high school, and my first, I wouldn't say first year of college, but the first semester of college, because I ain't finished school, but first semester of college, I was DJing. I did my college radio show, and then I helped my boy out.
What was the name of your college radio show?
Back to Basics.
Let me find out you got the good names. Good.
Nah, I do.
Good tag. All right, cool. I'm gonna keep that in mind. I be needing some insight. Okay, so then you were doing the radio.
So I was doing the radio show, and then after a certain point in time, I couldn't attend school any longer. So I was like, all right, man, I'm coming back home. What can I do? I'm gonna just do my music, and I'm gonna go hard with it. So I made that promise to myself. And so 2010, that's when I started going to the studio recording. And that's when I started to learn really what it meant to be an artist.
Okay, right.
But my first project didn't come out really till 2017.
Okay.
So it was me going to the studio, practicing, taking a little break. living life,
perfecting your craft,
living life.
Yeah, that's
learning.
what it sounds like to me. You were doing, which I think is a great.
And that's what I try to encourage a lot of artists to do: live life. So that way you have experience to tell people. So that way you're just not making music to make music. You're recreating experiences so someone can, learn off of your life.
Yeah, of course. That I feel like,
Rest in
you
peace,
say,
Mac Miller.
That's it. Yeah, rest in peace to Mac Miller for sure, for sure. With you saying that, I feel like that's what makes, like I said, for someone like me, I didn't really know anything about you other than you were an up and coming artist from New York. That's just literally what I knew months ago when I first started listening to your music on SoundCloud, and that's the vibe that I got. I'm like, oh, like. From the music, I feel like it was soulful. It was genuine. I'm like, this is not fabricated. Like, I'm the type of person, I don't want to listen to chicks and bud and bottles in the club. I'm not really interested in that. We could all really rap about that. So that kind of gravitated me to your music because I'm like, okay, this sounds genuine. This sounds authentic. This sounds soulful. Like, I could hear what you're saying in your songs, even real. And then even I realized the beats that you picked, the pattern, like, that they were not necessarily what maybe people would say, like, the club, hit or, like, radio ready. Or whatever. They were more soulful, and I take a soulful beat any day over a bang.
I stray away from those, like the club records and like the radio records. Like my management, they get mad at me to this day. It's like, man, we need an upbeat record. Oh yeah, we need an upbeat record. Yeah, we want something that's catchy. We want the club vibe. Yeah, you just gotta appreciate the process. Appreciate the process and never deviate from it.
Yeah, well, so in regards to that, what would you say really keeps you motivated to make music, or like keeps you focused or determined to take it to the next level and continue, learning, not necessarily really learning your craft, but making good music?
So this might sound a little crazy though, but like, this is the beauty of me naming the project Social Studies.
Okay.
All right. So I've been doing a lot of research and I've actually understood the meaning behind my name. And so, like, I feel like once you understand the meaning behind your name, you understand your purpose in life. Because there's no mistakes on why your parents name you what they name you.
True.
They pretty much speak your existence,
Yeah, I
so
definitely agree with that.
I found out the meaning of my name. It was like protector. I'm not going to give you my full name.
No. I wasn't asking for your full name. I meant like, what's the meaning? No. I'm not with the government info. Not here. Don't do that.
So it pretty much just means... protector, like high exalted protector, and what was the last one? Bringing people together type of thing.
Okay.
So I realized my purpose was to protect people and, to bring them together. And I felt like the only way for me to do that is with my music.
Music brings people together for sure.
Like when I'm not creating music, I'm not at peace. So like, I really believe that that's my passion. That's what I have to do in life. That's my purpose. Like create music, bring people together.
I definitely do believe that music brings people together. I mean, we're here together now because of music, like, so I definitely do. I personally think like music is like the soul's therapy. So when I do hear music that I feel like is therapeutic to me, that makes me, want to be intrigued by it. So what would you say are one of the things that maybe differentiates you from other up and coming artists or other artists in general?
Being a student of the game. Not a lot of artists today are students of the game. And so like, yeah, we have our Coles, we have our Kendricks and whatnot, even Drake, because Drake, before Drake was Drizzy, he was a student of the game.
Yeah, he was. I agree.
So like, I feel like a lot of artists that are up and coming, they don't take the time to learn the hip hop culture or to learn the culture of music. Better yet, the culture of music. Like growing up, my mom made sure we listened to everything in the household. Like my mom's Jamaican, but we was listening to country music type of thing. You feel me? Like
that's funny that you say that. When I was growing up, my parents listened to like old school Jamaican. When I was growing, like old school, like Barris and like
we listened to that too, though.
But no, with a country music. Country music. My parents listened to like country music when I was younger. I remember them talking about country music. My parents, of course now listen to a lot of gospel. When I was younger, a lot of gospel as well. So I was it was actually really different for me. My brother listened to everything, and my brother was a big hip hop head, and that's how I got into hip hop music.
My oldest brother.
Watching Rap City and all those stuff at 7 and watching BET Uncut and all those things. So that's how I kind of really got into it at such a young age. But in my household, my parents like didn't really necessarily play different genres of music. Not that makes a difference at all. So that's funny that you say that your mom played country music because my parents like country music, and I don't know a lot of Jamaicans who like country music.
So she played country music, but my oldest brother, like I remember walking into his room growing up and whatnot, and he'll have his turntables there, you know, practicing DJing and whatnot, and then it'd be my other brother like breakdancing in the middle of his room, and I'll just be like, wow.
So your brother breakdance?
He used to. Like just like messing around, because back in the day, like everybody did something as far as like the elements is concerned. And this is what I was talking about earlier.
I went to dance school, all right? I went to dance school when I was younger. So we all had that hobby. Like when you was rapping, I went to dance school. So there's nothing wrong with that. I was like, your brother breakdance? That's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty cool. So I'm actually gonna get into song we were playing before, "Real Thing." That's one of the songs on one of the first songs that I actually heard on your SoundCloud. That's why I wanted to play it first. And a couple months ago when you released it, and then we'll come back and then I can get into a few more maybe spicy questions for you guys.
Spicy questions.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Who knows? All right, so this is going to be Real Ting. And before we go, actually, let them know exactly what your SoundCloud is, what your Instagram is. If anyone wants to also stream your music, download it, or contact you for other music or, business-related inquiries, where we can find you at.
Definitely. Instagram is going to be ITSTRBLE _ So it's treble with an underscore. You can hit me up there, shoot me a DM. I'll respond. For SoundCloud, ITSTRBLE. Facebook, ITSTRBLE. Twitter, it's with the underscore. Same thing with the underscore. You feel me?
And we'll have that on the MTMRecordsMusic.com creatives page tomorrow. All his social media links, and this is gonna be on SoundCloud, and I'm actually gonna have this on the Who Got Next playlist that will be on the MTMRecordsMusic.com. No problem. Music page. So yeah, we're getting to that now. It's called Real Thing.
Tego. Yo, Diz, you violated on this one, bro. You violated. I need this shit on the radio like ASAP. The way you make me feel, is it the real thing? Turning me on, it's the real thing. Lot of ways to do the wrong thing. All I really wanna know is this the real thing? Turning me on, it's the real thing. Putting me on, it's the real thing. Lot of ways to do the wrong thing, but you the right one. Real thing. Pretty as a picture painted by the stars. You the hottest of them all. Shining from afar, we upset like a haiku. Take off red bottoms, no bloody moves. You the one I want, that's why I'm greasing you. Humble to be honest, honestly the modesty got you looking like a goddess. Putting roses in your love garden. Stumbling over words, I couldn't speak. You got the best of me, sorta like Maya mixed with jealousy. It's the way you got me feeling so wavy. Ride the beat, baby. Born in the 90s, but we coasting like we from the 80s. You know, windbreaker suits, doing what we do. Trying to put you in the mood like an interlude. Dinner for two, red wine, no coasters. By my side like a hoster. It's a celebration, that's why I toast ya. Drinks on me, baby, power up. The way you make me feel, is it the real thing? Turning me on, it's the real thing. Lot of ways to do the wrong thing. All I really wanna know.
RCA's, but I know.
This is the second song. I only played a minute and 20 seconds for the first song. Because I don't like to play the full song.
No, listen, I got the last song. He sent me the last song.
I know,
Do you think, DJ?
What's coming over you?
Do you think, DJ?
So the Henny that I'm drinking got me thinking I'm missing you. You might not have a clue. Mixing the brown with the white. Think I just fucked up my life. My ex just showed me that she doesn't fucking care. Oh, I think she stopped instead. Realized nothing wasn't good. Steady searching for attention. Very soon she'll learn her lesson. Cause nobody knows your name. You steady tryna get fame. Nobody knows your name. You steady tryna get fame. Yes. Yeah.
man.
She ain't gonna
Oh,
learn
I'm sorry.
her
My
lesson.
fault, my
I'm
fault.
just confessing before she get burned.
Poppin',
Round
DJ,
after
y'all know what it
round,
is.
buy
Southside
up the bar.
Jamaica, we stand
Marry
up,
for
baby,
money,
word.
for
Y'all know
only
we out here,
cause.
you heard?
No, you ain't a star. No, you ain't a star. Everybody knows who you are. They don't really know who you are. You can do better than this. Chasing the bag. No, she your trip. Don't want you back. Want you to sit. No, you ain't my girl. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. Touch you to the side, little girl. Know you a trick. Nobody knows your name. You steady tryna get fame. Nobody knows your name. You steady tryna get fame. Dead men at the shot of men now. Dead men, bullets don't make a sound. Try cry, even tears, even my heart cries. But who cares? Whose fault? No one but myself. Things still happen, words can't explain. Bad girl thinks she knows me, like a strong witch with the gold piece. More ice than a goalie. 223 with the ooh-wee. No blue, white, got a red beam. Twin cannons, 2 retro G's. Permutation with the weather beat. Call me Mr. G, Mr. G, Mr. G. It's gonna be a situation, situation. Believe me, ain't no hesitation, hesitation. I'm just a dead man. Fast life, new rollie. Calculus, peep the AP. But it's chemistry if you know me. Blue Falcon, no safety. Give me my quarterback, back. You can get off my sack. I keep the peace. Dalai Lama, hold the drama. Need the commas, miss my mama. But for this, I'll kill your honor. Armed and dangerous. Ain't too many that can bang with us. Straight up, we know angel dust. Label us notorious. Thug ass nigga that left the bush. Y'all niggas be screaming and gambling. It's gonna be a situation, situation. Believe me, ain't no hesitation, hesitation. It's gonna be a situation, situation. I'm just a dead man. It's gonna be a situation, situation. Believe me, ain't no hesitation, hesitation. It's gonna be a situation, situation. I'm just a dead man. Words can't explain.
Hey guys, we're back with Trouble. That was Dead Man, correct?
Yeah.
So before that we played Famous, which I think is probably one, like, I think that's like my favorite song that I heard from you so far. But I don't know. I don't want to say that yet because I might take that back in the
Really?
future. I like that song a lot. I like the vibe. Before that we was playing Real Thing, and then you were saying that you made the beat for this last song we were playing, Dead Man.
Yeah.
When? Tell me about that. That's dope.
When I made the beat, so I'm always in the house making beats, cooking up, just to kind of play around with sounds to figure out which way I want to go. But it took me like legit like 3 hours to make the beat, and it was just like crafting sounds, taking the time crafting sounds, and then I was like, all right, cool. The next day I came back into the crib. I was like, all right, what words am I gonna put to this? And then I started putting the words to it, and then I was like, nah, I gotta go to the studio and record this. So I literally went to the studio, and then I hit my boy John up. Shout out to my man John Jenkins. And then he pulled up to the studio with me, and he was like, yeah, that's the one.
Cause I was like, I didn't know that, for one, and for two, I think it's so dope when an artist actually produced their beat. So when you said that, so I looked at you like that. I'm like, really, you did?
Yeah.
Like, I think that you obviously multi-talented and being able to do that. How long have you been making beats?
Since like,
Did you start making music?
yeah, like 12, 13.
Okay, that's pretty dope. All right, so if you could get a feature right now with any rapper and any singer, who would it be?
Wait, like upcoming or like in the game already?
Anybody in the game, upcoming. However, if somebody said, "Listen, tomorrow I can get you a song with a singer and a rapper of your choice. Anybody, access to anyone, established artist, your favorite artist, or upcoming artist, whoever. Who would it be? Singer and a rapper plus you. You got 30 seconds.
Singer and a rapper plus me?
Yeah, singer and a rapper plus you.
Oh.
So it's your song featuring a rapper and a singer.
Oh fuck. Drake and Chris Brown.
Ah,
We
okay.
bodying everything.
All right, I think I like that.
We are bodying everything. I shit
like
you not.
that.
We are bodying everything.
I like that.
Chris
I think that
Brown
would be
on
a
the
very
hook.
interesting vibe.
Do you not hear my sound? Like
No, I do it again. So that's why I'm like, Chris Brown and Drake is a super dope duo. Super good
if they
vibes.
get tracks together, it's over.
It's over. Yeah,
It's over
it's
for the
over.
game.
And the fact that Drake sings too, yeah, no, it's definitely over. Okay,
the
so
fact that Chris Brown raps too.
yeah, that's
the fact
true.
that I do that
He's-
as well.
yeah,
Like,
that's true. He is. Yeah, I've heard that as well. Yeah, that's true. So
super group.
yeah, that would be good. So who's playing in your iPod right now? Like, are you not other than obviously Drake, but like who? If I was to open up your Apple Music, or who's currently like has your attention music wise?
it's really the South. I ain't gonna hold you. It's the South right now.
Interesting answer. Ooh.
Like Gunner, Lil Baby, Euro Got It, and then for like up north, East Coast sound, I would say like Casio, Young Zay, YKD. Shout out to the homies. You feel me?
I've been listening to Young Zay for like a past couple of months too. Recently, maybe like 3 months. I've been hearing his music. I like it.
He lit.
I like it a lot. I be like on
up-
some turn shit.
Nah,
Okay,
he up next for sure.
I actually feature Light Show on. I think it was last week or the week before that.
That's my
Who got his
song.
playlist? Yeah, and I think how I came across. He had a clip. I think he performed it at SOBs or one of
Yeah.
those things. Yeah, and I was like, what song is that? And I was like, oh. And I had listened to his project. Some of the songs of his project, and I was like, I like this vibe. I was like, who is this kid? Where is he from? I'm like, all right,
drums right
okay.
there.
So yeah, I know, I see. Okay, so that's pretty dope. So who would you say are like some of your maybe your favorite artists, or like who growing up, like who were some of maybe your favorite, or who influenced you music wise, or that you just like music wise?
This is tricky.
Ha ha ha! I like the tricky question.
Listen, oh man. So I'm not gonna say Mike, because hands down, Michael Jackson should be everybody's inspiration.
Yeah. Okay. So then.
But Ye, Jay, Pharrell,
Yeah, those.
Cuddy.
I love Cuddy.
Love Cuddy.
Yeah, Cuddy's good. Cuddy's
Nah,
really good.
he's great.
Cuddy's underrated.
Cuddy is the reason why we have Travis Scott. Debate me if you want.
No,
I
I'm
would-
not going to. I'm signed because I'm actually like, I can agree with you to a certain extent on that. Yeah.
But then if you think about it, it's like Ye is the reason why we have Cuddy.
Right, right.
Who does
True.
God always work with?
I wouldn't necessarily reason why we have Travis Scott, but I think there's a lot of influence with Cuddy and Travis Scott. Excuse me. So I don't know if I wouldn't necessarily say that we're the reason why we have him, but I could definitely see that he influenced him and Cuddy, and I maybe influenced the culture for people to accept people like Cuddy, so that when people like Travis Scott come along the line,
Yeah,
they're
but-
super acceptive.
But Travis also said that was his inspiration, you know? So
I love
mean,
Travis Scott.
he got Scott in his name from Muscuddy. Scott Muscuddy.
True.
You know, like
True. Yeah. So you got to pay dues. I mean, give your respects.
it's not the same sound, but you could hear the similarities within the sound.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So as far as like me now, I know we talked about your mixtapes, but as far as like show wise, or like seeing you perform your music, or like maybe whatever other opportunities there might be, is there anything like that in the future for you? Or because I saw that you performed at SOBs
Twice.
twice. So
Yeah.
how was that?
The first time was better than the second, but
How long ago? When was the first time that you performed there?
first time was, I want to say June, like June 7th, something like that. And then the second time was August, like the beginning of August. But Both.
What is your experience like?
Both dope.
I'm kind of intrigued by like how do new artists. I feel like SOBs is like that. You know, if you're trying to take your music to the next level and you're from the New York tri-state area, or you're taking your music serious, you need to be performing at SOBs, or you need to be trying to perform at SOBs.
It's the Mecca.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely the Mecca. So
Definitely the Mecca for all up and coming artists.
what was the difference between the first and the second time?
The first time was a little more organized on like with my camp, as far as like getting everything done, and then the second time it was a little unorganized on like the venue and the booking agent and stuff like that. Not trying to shame anybody though.
Right,
but
right, yeah, just being truthful.
being truthful and seeing what it was, you know. However, that doesn't discourage me, nor should it discourage anybody else.
Right,
you know?
yeah, I agree.
Keep chasing your dream. Just know what it is, and then figure out solutions for situations as such. And so that's what we're doing right now. We taking a little step back from performing for a little bit, working on the album that's coming out, Social Studies, you know. And then once that's said and done, then we'll be ready to, you know, perform again and give you guys performances that's worthwhile.
I definitely do think performances take growth, practice to grow. So, like we were saying, SOBs is the Mecca, but like that's the reason why I asked you what was the difference between the first and the second time. Because I feel like every time you go there, you're gonna keep learning, you're gonna keep growing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Next time I'm bodying.
What were your grades like in social studies? No, I have to ask. Like, I'm so sorry, and I'm not sorry. I really want to know, what were your grades like? Were you in social studies? Like, were you good in social studies in school? Like, what?
So, I was a student that the teachers hated. I say that because, like, they knew that I had potential to be a good student. You know, like, they knew I was smart, and I had the potential to, you know, achieve all the grades they wanted me to achieve. However, I chose to be free-spirited, be myself, and not give two fucks. And so they used to get mad about that. Like, I remember freshman year in high school, we had this math teacher. And, like, that man, I swear, like, after my freshman class, he ain't working in school no more.
That happened to me. That happened to me in the 7th grade. Her name is Miss Angela. That happened to me in the 7th grade. So what did you do to run the man out of school?
It wasn't necessarily me. It was just,
yeah, I know.
It was more or less everybody's energy. Like, all of us didn't give two flying, you know, because I said 2005, it was ruthless.
That was what you said, freshman year in high school?
Freshman year in high school was 2005, and it was ruthless back then.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember my freshman year in high school. Yeah, I wasn't that good at social studies. You know, I wasn't that good at social studies, but I liked what I learned about economics when I got to like senior and junior level in high school. But social studies, junior high school, I got C's. That's why I was like, what did you get in social studies? Were you one of those people that got A's and B's in social studies?
I got B's and C's. Could have got
B's
A's.
and C's? B's and C's, yeah. I mean, if you got B's and C's, you could get A's and B's.
Yeah, but like,
I just got C's and C pluses. That means I could have got B's.
I wasn't pushing.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
But the thing with social studies, the information is right there. But the reason why I dislike school is because it's institutionalized, you know? It's systematic. Whereas with knowledge, it's more free-based. You know, you're able to learn at your own pace.
I feel like the schools don't teach you
what you need to know.
Exactly, what you need to know for the real world. They teach you certain things that are good to know, but they don't teach you what you need to know for real life shit. So that's why I'm just like, I relate a lot to that.
If New York City public schools taught kids what they needed to know to succeed in the real world, we would have more politicians. We will have more creators, you know, to implement these new ideas and to innovate with certain technologies.
Yeah.
But we don't.
Yeah.
Like most of our innovators or developers and whatnot, they're coming from other states. They're not coming from New York City.
They're coming from other countries. They're coming from, they're outsourcing. They're coming from all other countries that are paying half of what they would have to pay somebody from the U.S. Exactly. That's why a lot of times when you call certain customer service lines or you call certain companies to get assistance, they have people from languages that you don't understand because of outsourcing, taking opportunity from our good old Americans. And they don't teach you that in school. They don't teach you certain things about credit. They don't teach you certain things about entrepreneurship or being a creative or, being able, if you want to be someone to establish your own, empire, brand or whatever. It's like, go to high school. After you graduate from high school, you got to get into a college. After you graduate from that good college, you got to get a good grade to get a good job and work for someone or someone's company and make, first you start at whatever, 30, 40, 50, then you go to 60, 70, 80, then you go to 100. After you done work your hard life out for someone else who they went a different route and create their own empire.
And that's the thing. You do all of that to then work for someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
When you could have just...
And leave your dreams.
When you could have just stuck with your guns, followed your dreams, and been working for yourself.
Yep. Having
these A students working for you.
Exactly. Or I understand it's not going to happen overnight. I completely get that. Work for, whatever company or job or whatever it is, and still chase your dreams from 5 to 9 on the weekends. I'm somebody that does that. It's not easy. You don't want to necessarily do it, but it's a hustle, definitely. So when people necessarily say like, they can't figure it out or whatever, like you can figure it out. Like you can figure it out and you can work towards it every day. So I definitely get you on that as far as like, they don't teach you what you really need to know for the real world. So with that being said, I know you said your new project or your up and coming project is coming out in a couple of months. We don't have a release date and we don't need one, so you gotta follow up. I gave y'all his Instagram name. I gave you his SoundCloud. I gave you all the information. You follow up with him. So you sent me an exclusive from the up and coming album. So the songs I was playing before, my DJ's getting ready. He's getting ready.
Shout out to DJ
so ready. DJ J Money. Shout out to him. He's super ready right now.
It's a banger right here, man.
Yeah, he's super ready. So before we get into it, I just want to let y'all know the song is not from SoundCloud. So I'm not going to play the entire song because I want you to get a vibe of it, a feel of it. And because it's from his up and coming project, I feel important that you sent it to me. I'm not giving them the name. I'm not giving you no information. Only thing you got is the next 40 seconds to listen to what's about to be what. So go ahead. All I'm going to do is, go ahead. So take it away. That's it. I got nothing else to say.
Space and time, why won't you make it mine? Space and time, can we stop wasting time? Space and time, I give you space and time. Space and time, time, why won't you make it mine? Space and time, why won't you make it mine? Space and time, can we stop wasting time? Space and time, I give you space and time. Space and time, why won't you make it mine?
Y'all already know, man.
Can we stop wasting time?
New music, man.
Space and time,
listen to it, love it. We not gonna play the whole thing, man, but we gonna give y'all a little snippet. You heard? I am DJ J Money. Add me on everything. Instagram, DJ J Money 125. Let's go. Turn up, turn up.
Space and time, why won't you make it mine? Space and time, can we stop wasting time? Space and time, I give you space and time. Space and time, space and time. You make it mine. Space and time, can we stop wasting time? Space and time, I give you space and time. Space and time, Ride around, listening to Freeway. Getting to the money, baby, 3-way. Broke nigga talk, baby, no speaking. No hable, that lingue. Stacking the cheddar, you know that I want you with ain't nothing better. But you can be cold, while you keep rocking these sweaters. Let him talk shit, he get drenched, get hit up, get done with Berettas. Triple the big good, but it's so tough forever. Space and time, why won't you make it mine? Space and time, can we stop wasting time? Space and time, I give you space and time. Space and time.
Yeah, me fool.
So, yo, all right. We back. So that was the exclusive that I was talking about. That I'm not disclosing any information. The song is dope. That's all I gotta say. That's it. No
Shout
names,
out to the homie Diz.
No another. Yeah, shout out to Diz on that. So when did you guys do that?
So I haven't gone in the studio yet with him. I just copped the beats off of him.
Uh-huh.
And then I just create.
Okay.
So hopefully
Ooh,
soon we can link up and
yeah.
get some more working, or be able to get some working actually.
Yeah.
You know.
That's cool. I like that song. I like it. All right. So I can't wait. All right. So once again, thank you so much for coming, for pulling up.
Thank you for having
we'll
me.
have everything on mtmrecordsmusic.com on the creatives page. And the song, like I said, I played Real Thing. I played Famous.
Dead Man.
Played Dead Man. Dead Man to produce, definitely. We're gonna have that on the music website for the WGN, which is Who Got Next, who I feel like got next. And not necessarily maybe the next month or the next year, but at some point I feel like, listen, niggas will take it to the next level, especially on that New York shit, like especially with the Bronx,
Facts.
Harlem, Queens, Brooklyn for sure. Like I feel like that's why I call it Who Got Next, not necessarily what maybe the blogs might be saying who got next, or like A&Rs or labels or whatever, but who I personally feel like, listen, you need to get on this wave. Yeah, you need to get on this wave. Like, and whether you're gonna be, in your own lane, or you're gonna be whatever mainstream, or you're gonna just be soulful music, whatever lane that it is. Like, I just feel like New York definitely has a lot of talent right now. I feel like we were capped a lot. We were capped for a lot of years. The past couple of years, I feel like we was capped a lot.
We just gotta stick together.
I agree.
Y'all see what the South is doing? The South is sticking together. You feel me?
That's why they take over New York. That's why they take.
Southside.
Well, we were talking about Southside.
As long as the city stick together, we winning.
So one more time.
Sorry, but
No, my DJ want to shout out to the Southside, but we weren't talking about that.
shout out everybody in Southside, man. I know y'all was shout out to Southside, but shout out everybody in Southside, Jamaica, Queens.
For sure.
Nikki's not from Southside, so we not gonna shout her out.
I don't
But
know.
y'all already know how we doing.
I don't know, but see, we never.
Cardi
talk
from
about
the X,
Nicki.
though.
Yeah,
Shout out to-
listen,
shout out to
the
her.
Bronx. Facts. I'm from the Bronx, born and raised.
Shout
So
out
shout out to us. Shout out to Cardi. I'm not sure exactly, what's going on with her and Nicki right now, but it seems like it's some shit. And
It's crazy.
yeah, it is. It seems like, because my son been making songs about running up, and we all know that Cardi B. Not we all know, but for those who's been a fan of Cardi B from when she was like stripping in like Sue's and